Alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Okay, guys, I've discussed how holographic technology, I believe, is going to be used by the military as well as other military technology and other resources in order to stage a extraterrestrial contact, stage one, a false one, during the trajectory of this binary system out of our solar system. When I say out, what I basically mean is right now it's within our solar system, at least it's understood to be, and the evidence is certainly pointing towards that possibility. Anyway, this document was shared with me by another very competent researcher, alhamdulillah, and it's about holographic technology and how strontium and barium niobate um, um, acts as a very good um, uh, projection screen, as it were, in our atmosphere for holographic technology. In other words, to project a hologram, um, strontium and barium niobate are absolutely excellent reflectors. What you will see and what you'll notice, and I have since I was a young child, whilst looking up in the skies, is that we used to have beautifully formed clouds, almost like candy floss. And that was when the Nizam of Allah Subhanahu wa Taala was the natural one that we were used to seeing, and then the Shaitani elite started um, playing with these unnatural formations of clouds, which are basically known in the industry as chemtrails and atmospheric geoengineering. And then recently, the head of CIA, and please score a line under this, came out and admitted to actually, but he called it something else, but admitted to chemtrailing. So look that up, because I mean, in at least in the conspiracy fact movement, it's commonly called chemtrails. Now, it's interesting that those chemtrails actually, when tests have been done, are basically they've got aluminum in them, they've got barium in them, and strontium in them. Strong levels of strontium, barium, and aluminum. This document basically discusses the findings in this report are not to be construed as an official department of the Army's position unless so designated by other authorized documents. Okay, citation of manufacturers or trade names does not constitute an official endorsement or approval for the use thereof. Destroy this report when it's no longer needed. Do not return it to the originator. Army Research Laboratory 3D holographic display using strontium barium niobate. Okay, this is very interesting read. I'm going to do my level best to get it uploaded or find the actual link to it so that I can share it with you guys in the description box. Please do have a good read at it. I think it's integral to how the Shaitani elite are looking to stage this false extraterrestrial contact by stupefying onlookers with uh, um, what would be just a remarkable display of physics-defying feats in the horizon, in our heavens. And let's just read this anyway. An innovative technique for generating a three-dimensional holographic display using strontium barium niobate is discussed. The resultant image of a hologram that can be viewed in real time over a wide perspective or field of view (FOV). The holographic image is free from system-induced aberrations and has a uniform high quality over the entire FOV. The enhanced image quality results from using phases conjugate read beam generated from a second photofractive crystal, acting as a double pumped phase conjugate mirror. multiple three-dimensional images have been stored in the crystal via wavelength multiplexing. Um, it's a lengthy document, so there's no point really reading it, but I'm just going to run through it first very quickly. What's important is what's going to come after this, and I'm sure I want to show you how that holographic technology is already being used. Now, one of our researchers, Dill, has done an excellent upload, and in that it basically shows that this technology has advanced quite a bit and is currently being used. And it's not only being used, but holographically, they're basically projecting what to us seems to be our sun. I know this is quite a lot for most to digest. Please bear with me. Consider the evidence. I will leave this document with you as well. There's other uploads on the channel that basically discuss holographic technology and the staging of an extraterrestrial contact at length. Please study that also. I'll provide this document for those of you who are uh, um, who've studied chemistry and maybe proficient in physics. And inshallah ta'ala, you'll probably come to the same conclusion, and hopefully we'll get to the bottom of exactly what's going on here. Anyway, so let me begin with this and let's take a look at it together. Please forgive the sound and the music. I'll try to keep it down. The individuals recorded it that way. You might say something, so I don't. Subhanallah. Okay. Okay, I'm not going to really say much. I'm going to just let the video. Okay, guys, I'm going to just put the sound down totally. It doesn't seem like he's going to say anything. We can watch this in silence, inshallah. there seems to be a projection where the concentration of the barium, aluminum, strontium has been kind of well, that's the focal point of where they possibly could be projecting the sun whilst they're cloaking the sun using a solar sun simulator and other technology. They're projecting it onto our atmosphere. Okay, I know it's a lot, subhanAllah, to take in, but whilst the planes are going past where the projection is, there the contrail is then reacting with the barium, the strontium, and the aluminum particulates. And as it's doing that, it's dragging it from the edges of the projection, right? So this is why you see it almost looks as though the plane is basically tearing the sun or going through the sun, right? And the edges don't remain as uh, uh, clean and circular. It's almost like the sun, the edge of the sun is being torn, and that's where the projection is being interrupted by the passage of the actual plane, right? So the surface where the sun is being reflected or projected onto is the very same surface area the plane happens to be flying through, right? Which is causing this effect where it's basically manipulating the particulates as it's going through it, right? And those particulates are barium, strontium, and aluminum. Subhanallah, it's pretty amazing. But I mean, I recommend for you guys to even take a look and score a line underneath what I'm just about to say, and you will find evidence to prove it, although it sounds quite far fetched. But look up the 9/11 plane hologram, okay? And you'll come to learn that even what we saw at 9/11 of a plane flying into it was in fact not a plane. There were already bombs that were embedded into the tower, but that plane was in fact a hologram itself. And there's evidence for it. I've seen very, very, very um, convincing and credible evidence uh, to prove that uh, it was in fact not a plane, but a hologram. And now you can imagine when 9/11 occurred, you can imagine how much they've probably advanced the same technology and how much they've been advancing it since they've been working on that holographic technology. But this is not natural. What we're seeing here, subhanAllah, it's almost as though it's tearing the sun, but it's not. It's the projection of the sun that it's going through, hence why we're getting this effect. If it was really our sun, then the edge would remain just as clean, just as circular, just as crisp as the sun is just going past that, right? I'm sorry, the plane is going past that. The sun is way up, not even in the horizon. To be honest with you, it's in space. So I mean, a plane flying in our atmosphere can't cause this effect on the sun, where it's tearing the edge out of it, unless it was actually going through the projection itself of what seems to be our sun. Subhanallah. That's not right. The cloud in front of it went behind the sun. Subhanallah. Hmm. I just went through the sun. It just went through the projection. That Subhanallah. That plane just went through the projection. Allahu Akbar. وَمَكَرُوا وَمَكَرُ اللَّهُ وَاللَّهُ خَيْرُ الْمَاكِرِينَ. I swear my heart gravitates towards Surah Al-Najm and Surah Tariq once I have been researching this phenomena of this binary system and all the planning and scheming I understand and believe them to be doing. My heart just is drawn to those surahs. But subhanallah, it's as though there's something in this in the cloud. I mean, even the pilots find it so amazing that they're taking selfies whilst experiencing this phenomenon. Now, if it was something normal, they wouldn't be taking it. He wouldn't be recording his Allahu Akbar Kabir. Now that's inside the cloud, not above it. How would we explain that away other than it being a hologram? Ya Rabbi Muhammad, ansur ummat Muhammad. Jazakallah khair wa ahsanul jaza for your time. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.